Welcome to Travel with Danny and MJ.
I'm Mary Jane.
And I'm Danny. We're traveling the world with just carry-ons and a backpack each.
Follow along on our adventures ahead.
So in this video, we want to show you how we got around our time in Italy.
So we were lucky enough to arrive in Naples on a cruise ship. Spent a few days there and then took a train from Naples up to Rome.
Right. We took trains all over the country, right? So everywhere we went, city to city, we took different trains, and you can see that here. Heading for our train to Rome, leaving Naples behind. We're off the train in Florence, Firenze. Here's our train to go to Bologna.
So the trains in Europe are typically phenomenal. So in Italy, they're reasonably priced. They're very convenient, very modern. Getting in and out is very easy. So that's the way to go to get from city to city if you're able to do that.
Yeah, they're pretty frequent between all the major cities, all the places we went. Some were really fast, like high-speed trains.
Yeah.
Some, when we went to Montepulciano, was a little bit slower, but it was still amazing. In the cities, we took all sorts of transportation.
Millions of buses.
Yeah,
because
buses.
In Rome, Google Maps will tell you how to get from one monument to another, how many stops. The buses are very convenient, but you have to have the travel card and make sure you scan on, because we did witness the police come on for someone who didn't have a ticket. But they really come very frequently and very easy.
Yeah, and we took buses and subways, metros. We even took funicular in Naples, and trams. So all kinds of different options to get around in the cities. Hello. We're on the funicular here in Naples. So we just came down on the funicular from our hotel. So one of the things people ask about a lot is what's the best way to get to and from the airports, right? So here's a couple of different options that we took. One from Rome to the Rome airport, and that was a train. We are not flying in or out of Rome, but our guests, Jean and Mark, are. So we're heading to the airport to meet them from Rome Ostiense station and show you how that is to get to the airport from Rome. All right. So we bought train tickets here to take us to the airport. They cost €8 each. This is not the central train station. This is one near where we're staying called Ostiense. The main train station is Termini. That's a different train. Yeah, we're on the train to the airport. Seems to be on time. It's quite a nice train. Very much like the one we took from Naples to get to Rome. We are now approaching the airport. Airport di Roma. You arrive at the airport, head in.
Luckily, we're not trying to catch a plane or anything. We're just pretty relaxed, waiting for our guests. So you get out of the train station, you find your terminal. We're heading to Terminal 3. There are people movers and just walking spots. So
here's a
fun one.
Here's a fun one. Taking the water shuttle from Venice, from the center of Venice, out to the Venice airport, and it was a really great way to get to and from the airport.
Ferry from Venice center to the airport. This is the lagoon. Now, there's her ladyship. Hello. And our intrepid travelers. Headed back to the States.
Reluctantly.
So this is the ferry terminal here at Venice Airport. We took the ferry from very close to our hotel. Short walk to the ferry, and then 35-40 minutes on the boat. Very lovely. It's a nice way to arrive to the airport. It's 18 euros per person to do it. Cheaper than a car. Probably more expensive than taking a bus, a city bus or something, but it's a nice way to end your time in Venice on the water. Clear signs about where to go. So this is the way to the water shuttle. Leave the airport. We bought our tickets, 18 euros per person. If you took the bus into the city, it's 10 euros per person, but the water shuttle is a really nice way to get around. Ferry back to leaving the airport and back to Venice.
That water shuttle was a great way to get around, and we loved when we had options to use water transport. And we did it in Naples. We did it a lot of times in Venice, and it's a really fun way, and in those kinds of places, an efficient way.
It's like their buses to take a boat.
Yeah, we went from Naples to Sorrento on a ferry, and that was a fabulous way to get there.
Yep. Different perspective of everything, and there's nothing better than being on the water on a beautiful day, saying like, "We're in Italy. This is crazy." So take a look.
And it's not that things always went perfectly.
So when we went to Montepulciano, we almost didn't make it home. We had a train scheduled and we could not get the bus. We couldn't get a taxi. It was a far walk. And that was one of the times that we were a little nervous we were going to miss our train. We would have stayed in Montepulciano. But yeah, that did not go well.
And then, watch this.
So we're going from Sorrento to Pompeii, and then later on Herculaneum, and then finally we're going to get to Naples to head back to Rome. But there's a special train, the Circumnavia or something like that, runs between Sorrento and Naples, going to Pompeii and Herculaneum along the way.
Well, one thing I learned is that all the trains from Pompeii to Naples don't stop in Herculaneum. So we ended up going all the way to Naples, and now we're waiting for a train back. So, you come here, keep that in mind. Hello.
It was so hot on the train. We made it and we're going back.
Just walking around in this alley with this building just covered with vines and flowers. This is the Ponte Sisto, crossing the river into the neighborhood of Trastevere. It's another cool street to walk down here. Just turn a corner and you find another place to marvel at here in Rome. Just crossed over from Trastevere over to there's an island. The island is called Taberna. So this, we're crossing over on the other side of the island. And there's apparently a bridge from 62 BC, so the first century BC, one kind of rapidy part of the river. On our walk, we spotted a beaver just hanging out besides the river here.
Besides how we got around, we stayed in some amazing places all over Italy. We stayed in boutique hotels. We stayed in an 800-year-old hotel in Florence. We stayed in some kind of modern fancy hotels, some older hotels. But for the most part, for most of our month there, we're in Rome, and we stayed in this great Airbnb apartment.
Mm-hmm. Great location. It had everything that we would need. It's always cozy. We generally have a small apartment. But for us, or if we have guests, it's all we need. Yeah. Especially in a place like Rome where you're out exploring and eating out most of the time. But it was a great apartment.
Yeah. And so here's the apartment tour.
Buongiorno. Welcome to our Rome Airbnb. Come on and take a look at what our view has been for the past month. It's a little rainy right now. We have a little terrace, not to sit out, but just to get so much light and air and dry the clothes on sunny days. Right now it's a busy street because it's rush hour, I guess. But normally it's pretty quiet. So come on into the kitchen, dining room, living room. And a great resource when we first got here was a whole book by the owner with how everything works, what to do in case there's an issue, restaurants, sites to visit, how to get there, the trains, the buses, so really complete. This is really helpful for us getting started. Now we're pros at taking all the buses. We're only a block and a half from many bus lines, and we can get anywhere we want. So the kitchen has been great. We cooked several times for sure. But in Rome, there's so many good places to eat that we have eaten a lot. Food's been amazing, but great setup, washing machine, which we always request. And it's just been a nice, cozy little place for us to stay. But a good thing is we booked a 2-bedroom in case we had guests, which we did. So this has just been extra space when we didn't have guests for like hanging laundry, having a second bathroom. And another good view, making things nice and bright. These shutters are open, so it's nice and bright in here, even though it's a little gray outside. Lots of storage everywhere. It's cozy, but we've had enough seats for everyone between the sofa, 4 chairs here, and 4 more chairs in the bedroom. So we've been good. The table comes out. We only had to have it out once or twice. And 4 of us could sit around there very easily. And then the other bedroom, well, let's see, full bathroom again. Very comfortable, great hot water. There's a window in there. So that's all been great. The bedroom has been very comfortable, and there's loads of storage here. So we have definitely enjoyed being here in Rome, and we're heading out tomorrow. So this is our last night here, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. So thanks for traveling with Danny and MJ.
Thanks for traveling with Danny and MJ.
We look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.